What is up, guys? How's it going? Bringing you guys a game of Conquest. Or wait, no, this is Rush. I am tripping. A game of Rush on Caspian border, doing some attacking here. Kinda. Don't really plant any bombs, I think. I might plant one at the end, I don't know. But for the most part, just chilling in this Huey, getting some kills with the Gatling gun of fun. And this game is old as fuck, as you might be able to tell, because I do not even have colorblind mode enabled. So this was before whatever patch introduced colorblind mode. Oh joy. But just having some Huey fun right here. This might have actually been before they made it better. I don't even know. But real quick tip for getting kills with this thing, you might be able to tell kind of what I'm doing is like how I get kills with it, because it can be a little difficult to stay on target with this, especially on console. On PC, it's a little bit easier, but this will be more for you console guys. Pretty much what I do is I try to put like the little dot where your bullets are hitting. I try to like get it so it's behind them, like super leading them, and just make it so the motion of the chopper kind of pushes my aim into where they're at, instead of constantly trying to hold the little reticle over where the guy's at. I kind of move it back and let the motion of the chopper moving forward kind of bring my bullets in the target, and that's basically how I've been using this thing since, I don't know, Bad Company 2, I guess. So it works out pretty good, and this is basically how I use it. So enjoy the gameplay. I'm not going to be talking about it, because this is a motherfucking story time, bitches. Brr, brr. And yeah, I haven't done a story time in a while, and you know, someone asked for it last video, so I figured I'd do that. And I'd like to say thanks for the appreciation and support that I got of my last video. As you guys, you know, rate my videos a little bit more and stuff like that, just so I could kind of get back into this. And I definitely appreciate it, and all the lovely comments I got and everything like that. It definitely appreciate it, and I want to thank you guys. But anyways, I hope you guys had a wonderful Halloween, had fun trick-or-treating and all that shit. Or for those of you who still do that, for my younger viewers, don't know when they cut the age cutoff is for that. I don't know. I don't really see too many trick-or-treaters anymore. It's like people are afraid to leave their house, or I don't know. It's always fucking raining on Halloween, which kind of sucks. But whatever. Anyways, first time I did Ecstasy. Ecstasy's a hell of a drug, I'll just say that. And otherwise known as MDMA. And you know, I like to start off and say is I don't condone the use of this shit or recommend you ever trying it. While it can be fun, the shit that you're probably gonna get will not be pure, and you don't want to take the unpure shit, because it will have other bad things in it, like crystal meth or crack or whatever they like to cut that shit with. I think mostly meth. That would make sense. But yeah, for that reason and that reason alone, I don't really recommend using it or ever trying it. But it did used to be legal, and they did used to put it in all sorts of shit. From what I understand, it comes from a plant called sassafras, which they extract it from, and they used to put it in food and like soft drinks as like a sweetener and like all this other shit, and it was like outlawed in like the 60s or the 50s. When they, you know, outlawed everything because they're assholes, and they like to take the fun out of life. But yeah, for those of you who've never done Ecstasy, which is I'm sure pretty much all of you, I'm sure there's a few of you have, how you feel off of it is it's crazy. You will feel better than you have ever felt in your life. They say it turns people gay. You feel so fucking good from the shit, and just you scratching your head will feel better than jacking off or having sex. I swear. It's fucking a trip. And, you know, people say it ruins sex. It does not ruin sex. It just doesn't feel as good. It doesn't ruin it. It just doesn't feel as good. That's all. But anyways, yeah. And from what I understand now, they're actually using it to treat people who have post-traumatic stress disorder, which comes from like being tripped out after being in Afghanistan or in the war or anything like that, which is a trip. And then they also used to give it to like schizophrenics and bipolars and shit, and that's supposed to level them out. There's a whole bunch of things that they used to use this shit for that it benefits people from. So who knows if it's really bad or if it's really good. really can't get an answer, you know, like an official answer, because it's outlawed, and I'm sure they can't even do studies on the shit. Or maybe they can. Probably other countries fuck with it, like Russia. Russia's will do weird shit like that. But, yeah, first time I did ecstasy, I was like 18, 19 years old, and it was just after high school, and ended up doing it with a couple of friends that I knew from high school that I, like, never kicked it with, so, like, ended up kicking with these guys, and they're all like, you know, we got this shit, and you know, you want to do it, and I was like, dude, I was, like, super noited about this shit. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that shit, you know, I heard all this shit, you know, you take that shit once, you might OD, and all this crap, and that's actually not the case. It's like, I would imagine it would be hard to OD off that shit, but then, nah, I'm sure you could OD off of it pretty easy, never mind, forget that I said that. And especially from what I understand, if you take it with alcohol, it doesn't have a very good effect with that. But I do not know, because I don't drink at all. So yeah, but yeah, I ended up taking this shit, and you know, everything just feels fucking amazing. And basically, we didn't end up doing too much. We ended up just driving around in my car and my Golf, and I had at the time I had 212s. In the trunk with like a 1500 watt amp, and we were just driving around bumping some beats, and that shit was cool. Which in hindsight, it was really fucking retarded, because if I would have got pulled over, I would have been fucked. We would have all been fucked, but I would have been even more fucked because I would have been driving. And it was a lot of fun. We ended up fucking going. The shit lasts for a long time, hours and hours. At least the regular shit, the regular run-of-the-mill ecstasy does. It lasts for a long-ass time. And then afterwards, you kind of have this come-down kind of thing, and you feel like shit afterwards. And when I taken the pure shit before, you don't have that come-down. After it's over, you just like whatever. You kind of feel, you know, tired and whatnot. But after you go to sleep, you'll feel fine. Taking the other shit, you kind of feel like shit for a couple days, and that's probably because you're coming down from crystal meth and all that bad stuff, which you don't want to be taking, because that shit's fucking terrible. But yeah, I ended up doing this shit, and, you know, we pretty much just had a good time just driving around. I remember going to the gas station and getting a big-ass wild cherry Pepsi, and that was fucking amazing. And then we had some Reese's peanut butter cups, which were also fucking amazing. And oh, those are just so tasty when you're on that shit. They're tasty either way though. And yeah, I ended up having fucking hella fun just dipping around in my car, just bumping some beats and all that. And I remember ended up coming down at like 4 or 5 in the morning, hit up my friend who's fucking sleeping, got a fucking sack of weed fronted to me at 5 in the morning, and that shit was hella funny. We were hella laughing about that shit. And it was a trip. I'm the only person I know who's ever been able to do that, so I thought that was pretty funny. And then afterwards, we ended up going back to my friend Keith's house at like 6, 7 in the morning, because he knew we took that shit the night before. Literally, as soon as I pulled up in front of his house, he opened his door. He's all, I was ready for you motherfuckers to come. He's all like, I've done that shit before. I knew what you were going to be doing around this time. And he was fucking right. So my buddy Keith hella came through for that right there, because, you know, you don't want to be wandering around at 7 o'clock in the morning fucked up on this shit, trust me. So luckily my buddy ended up kicking it at his house for the rest of the night, and pretty much after that ended up actually partying all the way till the next night, and ended up doing it again the next day, which was, in hindsight, not the best idea. But I had fun. I had a good time the next time as well, and had some fun stuff, and did some things and all that. And yeah, it was a trip, and that was pretty much the first time I did it. Nothing really special happened, you know. Nothing really bad happened. It felt fucking amazing and all that. But the third time I took it, which was also the last time. Alright, I did 3 times. That's right. I did it once, and I did it the next day. Maybe I did it after that again. I don't know. But then I did some pure shit, and that was the last time I'd taken it. And a friend hooked me up with some pure shit, and pretty much had the same feeling, except without the terrible come down at the end, which was cool. And but yeah, this shit's a trip. and definitely don't recommend doing it because of crystal meth and all that's in it. It's bad. It's bad for you. Ooh, scary. But anyways, guys, that is the game. I ended up winning that game. I went like 34-3. Yes, 34-3, and ended up going on like a 29 kill streak or something like that. So, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, peace. Have a good one. Blumpkins.